Today we have Melaneice Gibbs. Drum roll! And a little twirl.
Yes.
Melaneice is a creative director, choreographer, dancer, and a baton twirler.
It's all necessary with Tifani Sage.
Well, without further ado, we should just jump right into it. Yes. Okay. Welcome to another episode of It's All Necessary with Tifani Sage. I am Tifani Sage, your host, and this is a space as a reminder that every life situation that you go through, it's only to prepare and propel you into your next level of life. So without further ado, I love the awkward silence. Like, subscribe, share it with people that you feel this message is speaking to. And thank you so much for all of those people reaching out to me and telling me your favorite episodes and what you took away from it. Today we have Melaneice Gibbs. Drum roll! And a little twirl.
Yes.
Melaneice is a creative director, choreographer, dancer, and a baton twirler. And you are the first of your kind.
Yeah.
On my show. So,
Yay.
No pressure. Let's jump into it. Childhood.
Yeah.
Your fondest childhood memory, and where are you from? And why was that memory the fondest?
Yeah. So originally I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, especially during the summer, me and my cousins. And what I can always remember and appreciate, and like to this day, we still talk about, is just being able to be outside because we had to. Because, you know, back then you couldn't be like in and out the house. Like, if you go outside, you stay outside.
Yeah.
So
even the AC. Was
yeah,
that a thing?
Yes, because you letting all the good AC out.
That part. Why is it I don't know
the
what
good
that
AC,
is. Right?
Like, because the AC is different if you open the door.
Oh my god.
So yeah, but those are like the best times because I vividly remember. I don't remember a whole lot from my childhood, but I vividly remember like being outside and riding. It was like called a big wheel. It had like one big wheel in the front and two in the back.
You had that?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a second. That's like what they have in the circus?
Yeah.
You had that?
Yes, my grandfather would like find this stuff. I don't even know
wait,
where.
I think I know you're talking. Wait. Is it that thing like you sit down into it and your arms are a little up?
Yeah.
Girl, I thought you meant like what
like
a
clown
AV
wears. Oh, no.
Wears what a clown rides.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. That little, it's like a plastic car. Oh,
yeah,
I remember that. Okay.
So yeah, doing that, and we thought they were cars. We would try to parallel park and all the things, and then just like even riding in the back of my grandfather's pickup truck. Like we loved doing that. So like those are my fondest like childhood memories.
Wait, where would he go? Would the ride be long? Because that sounds like in this time unsafe, but back then it's like
right. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be very far because all of our family lives like pretty close. So we like ride it to the park or ride it to like my great uncle's house or my great grandparents' house. So it was like that kind of ride. We weren't going like way down the
on the highway.
Somewhere. Yeah, no, not at all.
Role models growing up. Who were those people who poured into young Mel?
Oh wow, everybody in my family, but I think that it's funny because when I think about it now, because people have asked me that question like recently, and of course as like things happen in life, you start like certain memories start to click and you're like, I really feel like my grandfather, my grandparents really poured into me the most. There's certain things that I think have just happened as life continues to progress. And I can always think back to just how strong my grandfather was, or just watching my grandmother, kind of just spiritually carry so many different things so well, even in the midst of like death and like good times. So it's just like, those are the things I think about when I'm going through things, when I'm trying, new endeavors, even like when I was competing, when I was younger. Like, it's cliche, but like it's the prayers and the encouragement from like family. Like, that's always what has stuck with me, and it has kind of, I guess, transitioned into like part of who I am even as a coach, because my dancers know, like, real quick, I'm like, all right, circle up, time to pray. So it's those things now. I'm like, oh wow, like I didn't realize it then.
And like you pull from your past, lean on your past to help you show up who you are.
Yeah.
Go one, pop, pop, pop. All right, so my name is Tifani Sage. I'm a confidence and clarity life coach. If you're feeling unfulfilled in your life, or you don't know what's next for you, I'm your girl. I can take you to new levels of clarity. Click the link in my bio for a complimentary, I said it, complimentary call with me so we can get your life on track. Click the link so we can connect. Ooh, what are some similarities and differences from how you were when you were younger till now?
Ooh, some similarities are, I was shy when I was younger, even though I danced and, had to stand in front of the church and do Christmas speeches and all the things. Yeah. But I'm not going to say I never wanted to, because it's going to sound really terrible for my parents, but I think, I don't know, like, even though I had to perform, I've always been a shy person, and that's still, like, even to this day, like, I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert when I need to be, so that's, like, a similarity and a difference, but I think one of the main differences is, like, when I was younger, I didn't necessarily want to be seen. And I'm not a person now that's like, oh, I have to be in front, but I'm like confident in who I am. Yeah. So like now I don't mind speaking. I don't mind standing in front. I don't mind owning like my own and who I am. Whereas before I would hide.
Do you get to that point? Sorry, my question was like so like slow and dramatic, but
I think a lot of just spiritual guidance in the word, learning to appreciate those flaws, but then also the things that I do great.
Yeah.
But I think that in helping other people is where I've really gained that strength, because like, yeah, I'm preaching to them, but I'm really preaching to myself too.
Oh.
Yeah.
And a trick that I learned, I forgot who I heard this from, but they said when you, for example, we're doing this, and if I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, like just think like, this is not about you, Tifani. It's about the guests, and then after that, it's about the people watching and listening. So take the shine off of me. I'm just a little vessel.
Yeah, that's it. I'd say the same thing. I'm a vessel. I'm just here to do what I'm supposed to do.
And it feels good to know like God's going before us and ushering in. So any room that we're in, any people that we connect with, he was just like, oh, I already set that up for you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Ooh, you speaking, girl.
Thank you. How has your upbringing shaped you for better or for worse?
Oh, wow. So as I mentioned before, like just, I think the spirituality of what my family represents, because a lot of people in my family are like preachers and ministers and deacons. So I come from like that background. Yeah. So my dad is a pastor. And so I think in growing up in that, it has definitely molded me. It has definitely shaped kind of just how I function and deal with so many things in life, how I deal with people. But I think that at the same time, it also kind of conditioned me a little bit. Okay. And so it made me slightly fearful to try different things or kind of like own, who I am. I think because like, I think certain things growing up, you're told like, you're not supposed to do that, but you're never really told why you're not supposed to do those things. And so for you, like, you just kind of innately take in all of those things. Yeah. As you get older, you become a little curious. You also start to understand things in a different way. Yeah. You have your own viewpoints about them. And so then, you're like, well, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to try this, or I don't necessarily agree with this whole thing completely. And so that's kind of been.
And so how do you feel now with maybe say like you have a different viewpoint on something now that, back in the day, it's like, oh, I would feel bad if. Do you feel like you're how do I say it? Do you feel like that's okay because I feel comfortable believing this, or doing this?
Yeah. No,
Or
I'm
is
definitely
there a battle still sometimes?
I don't think there's so much of a battle. I think I'm okay with the decisions that I make.
Okay.
Of course, I'm always very much conscious, I think, because of all the things that I do, that I don't more or less want to disappoint myself, let alone my family.
Yeah.
And so it's like everything that I do, which is good and bad, I guess, but it's like everything you do is either it's being watched and or criticized. And it represents like everything you do carries like part of your brand and who you are. And so getting like trying to learn how to detach from that on a personal level and understand like there's personal Melaneice and then there's Melaneice and Coach Mel that everybody sees. So I think that's more of the challenge than like the upbringing and being told, different things.
I'm so glad you said that, and not to like jump, but when you said the branding, like, oh, this is what I do, but the branding, I realized when I became a certified life coach, I was like, ooh, okay, so I think I need to act a little, especially a life coach. That's like almost saying you're a pastor or something.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're leading, you're in a position to lead. And if we see you acting crazy, don't go to that person.
Correct. But it's okay because you're human. Like, you still have to live life and learn through all the different things that are brought your way. But that I think, that is definitely an internal battle constantly. Because like, I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And not that fun necessarily has to be all wild and crazy, but I think people these days are just so judgmental and everything is like...
As much as I feel now a lot more things are accessible and you can watch things, I think the sensitivity level has gone up. So it's just like back in the day, like random, I was watching a WWE documentary and it was showing like the different kind of storylines. And I'm like, this is crazy. Back then, I don't even want to... Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, how are they allowing this on cable TV and kids are watching this? But nowadays, it's like,
It's whatever.
Yeah. Moving on to the next segment, 100% necessary. So this is an absolute need for each question that I ask. So what do you think are 2 to 3 necessary characteristics you feel one needs in order to be an entrepreneur?
Ooh, I definitely think that to be an entrepreneur, you need a lot of confidence, self-confidence.
Yes. I love confidence.
Because there's so many times where you will question yourself, doubt yourself. So definitely need that confidence. You have to like not be fearful, like be willing to take the risk and bet on yourself.
In front of people too.
Yes. I also think that you need to be okay with making mistakes. Like, be okay with failure. Like, it's okay. I think people, like, put this stigma on failure, like, oh, it's so bad. But I feel like my greatest accomplishments have come from, like, things that I have failed in.
And what
it's
really
made me
is
better.
Failure?
Yeah.
I feel because
it's a lesson.
Like
That's all. It's a lesson. So... But, yeah, those are, like, the main things that I think you need to have. And then also just... have a plan. Like, always be thinking ahead. Don't just sit there and be like, I want to do this and then just sit there. Like, have a plan, but also have like a plan B and a C and a D and, like BA. Like, all the things, So, like, always be thinking.
2 pieces of advice that were necessary for your growth.
Have grace.
For yourself and others?
For yourself and others. Yes. Have grace. And then one thing that I had to learn was like, don't be afraid of asking, whether that's asking for permission to do something, whether that's asking for help, whether that's asking to just do something different with someone. Like, don't be afraid to ask. Yeah.
That's a good one. I know in the beginning, I was like, I don't want to ask anyone because I think sometimes people think like, oh, you're good, Tiff. You got it. But it's like some parts, not everything,
Yeah.
What do you think it is that we can be very timid in wanting to ask?
I don't know. I think it's just that sense of like almost feeling like you're just a tad bit weak, like I'm supposed to know how to do this, or even sometimes the outside expectations that people have for us can sometimes hinder us from asking for the help that we need. And then also just subconsciously feeling like, oh, I don't want to be a burden to her. Like, I know she's doing all these things. So, like, let me not ask her, you know, whatever. And I think we have to kind of just get out of that. But also, in that same respect, with boundaries, like, we want to say, well, I can't give you this at this time. Or the people that you're, you know, you feel like you can ask or in your circle understand who you are and when you really need something.
And I think too, for me, as you were saying it, I was like, I think it's being disappointed or possibly being disappointed. And then it's just like, dang. But then I feel too, it's a numbers game. If I have 5 people I'm going to ask, I don't feel as bad. But if it's 1 or 2, it's like, oh, damn. You know, like everything is riding on these 2.
Yes. No, I definitely feel that.
Ooh, 2 daily practices, personal or business, that help ensure you to have a good day.
Yeah. Okay. So my first one is for business and personal, and it is literally just thanking God. Like,
oh yes, girl.
Period. Thanking God for just waking up, but also just all the things that are happening, are gonna happen. And then the other thing too for me is just like writing out what I want to accomplish for the day. Personal or business, just because I'm one of those people, like, I will keep going and not necessarily take time for myself. So I have to write down, at this time, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. No phone, no, like, nothing, no email, just sit and, like, just be. Like, no music, just sit in silence. So I have to make sure I do that for me, or else I'm just going to be going and exhaust myself out. But then also, so I can function and get what I need to get done accomplished.
Oh, I love it. I love self-care. To me, that is self-care. And I love I think because nowadays, or any days, there's so much going on, and it's easy to like pick up your phone or just be busy. Being busy doing nothing. And it's like when someone just takes the time, intentional about it too. Yeah. Like, this is just unplug, and not having to be like, hey person, I'm gonna put my phone on airplane mode. Hey, like, don't give no announcement, just do it.
No, just do it. I even, when I come home, the first hour, regardless of what I need to get done, regardless of how my day has been, that first hour when I get home, it's no work, it's no anything. If there's a show I wanted to watch, I'm gonna go watch that show. Like, regardless of what I need to get done, because I have to, like, recharge. I'm learning how to recharge. I'm learning how to detach from all the things, because I wear so many hats. Okay. And so it's just finding that balance. Yeah. You know?
I love it. Next segment, work and lifestyle. Ooh, what inspired you to become a creative director and a choreographer? And I'm going to add, was it like you wanted to do one and then you're like, you know what, I'm actually good at this? Or how did that work?
I didn't want to do any of it.
Oh.
No, it was never the plan, honestly. And it's crazy because people see everything that I do and they're like, oh, I know you knew you were going to. Yeah, no, this was not the plan. Subconsciously now I realize, growing up, I've always been a creative director. I've always like choreographed just because of all the things that I've done. So whether it was in school, I went to performing arts middle school and a performing arts high school.
Wait, when your grandparents put you in that, or your parents?
My parents.
So was that your choice or theirs?
You know, it might have been theirs, but I was like, oh, okay, that sounds fun. Yeah, I don't know. I know the performing arts high school was more of my choice, but the middle school, I don't remember, but I would probably say it was more so theirs. So thanks for that. But I've always danced, I've always twirled. And so I think when you're just in that, you know, you just naturally, for most people, it just comes natural to want to be able to create and do other things with it. But even, you know, in being in church and writing the Christmas play or Black History Month play or whatever the case may be, I've always done those things, not really realize. Like, to me, I'm just like, oh, I'm just doing it. I'm doing something that I want to do, doing something that I like. And it wasn't until later in life I realized, like, well, I've always been a creative director. I've always been a writer. I've always been a choreographer. But when I graduated from high school and I was going into college, I wanted nothing to do with dance because that's how people have always known me. And I wanted to detach from that. So PR was like supposed to be my getaway.
Yeah,
I was like, this is what I want to study.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do. And somehow,
was there passion behind that, or was it just completely I want to shed myself because this is what I'm known for?
I think it was I want to shed myself from this, but I also think there's still somewhat of a creative element in PR. So, and then I like helping people, so being able to like represent people and still tell stories and that kind of thing. So, I think it still led me to be like creative, but still have that business aspect too. But yeah, then God was like, hey, come back to Nashville. I got something for you. So yeah, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you first felt the nudge to go back, was it like, okay, great, because I needed direction anyway, or it's like, okay, fine, and then you slowly stumbled into like, this is what I was supposed to do.
It was a okay, fine kind of thing. I didn't necessarily want to come back to Nashville, but I think certain circumstances at the time kind of forced me to come back. And then in the process of that, dance thing started to happen just naturally. So I was coaching a high school team, and then from that I started my own dance company. And then I took a break from that because it really became too much mentally and emotionally, and trying to, like, it's different when you're working with kids, like young kids that need a lot of attention, especially inner city kids. Like, it can be draining. And it got to a point where it literally was like just taking over me emotionally and mentally. Because of just the need that they needed. And nothing wrong with them, but like I just didn't have anything to replenish myself so that I could give to them. So I took a break. Was still being asked to like judge competitions, do private lessons, all these different things. And then I started an adult dance fitness class while working a full-time job. So there was still like always this element of dance. But I think once I transitioned into being like a collegiate coach, which then still was not part of the plan, it just happened.
Just a lot of plot twists.
There is a lot of plot twists. And so since then I was like, okay, I'm clearly supposed to be here and I'm supposed to be doing this. So let me do what I've been called to do. But it still required a lot of my PR brain. So I've been able to kind of tap into that while being a coach at the same time.
Do you have, out of all the things, is there like your favorite?
Between like dance and like PR
and creative director.
The creative director aspect, I think, is more like what I love the most. Like, I love being able to tell stories. I love being able to just literally create what I want and like it just be that. Whereas I feel like with choreography, like it just has to tap into so many different things. PR, it still kind of has its box, but being a creative director, like there is no box. It's literally the sky's the limit and I can do what I want.
And it doesn't feel scary?
No.
I feel like sometimes I don't like being in a box, but I like to know, is there a little slight line of a box? So I know what's too far and what's, right.
Yeah. It's only too far if it feels too far for you. Like we all have our limits. We all know what, especially like even brand and no brand, like you know what you want to put out there into the world. You know how you want people to be able to receive you. So that line is as far as you feel comfortable.
I love that. That's so simple, but it's like it hits. Does this even apply? I was going to say, what did that process look like transitioning into a creative director? But from what I'm gathering, it was always in you.
Yeah, it was always in me. But I think now, especially being a college coach and just kind of looking at being a college coach differently, I can say that tapping into that creative director aspect has led to, like, I did a documentary within that. And now I'm shooting a show. And so there's like all these extra things that literally they have something, but they don't have anything to do with being a college coach, right? But it's being able to create opportunities, not just for the dancers, but for myself as well. And so I think that part has also allowed me to see, like, I can do other things. Like, this is not the end all be all for what it is to just, I don't know, run an organization. I really kind of look at it as like my business. And so it's like, okay, if I can do all of these things with this, like the
other stuff is boop out the park.
I can do it.
What are some functionalities of a creative director that you would tell a high schooler, like, hey, if you want to be this, I don't know, make sure you're good at presenting a deck?
Yeah.
Or, like, what are like the core things?
I think the core things are definitely understanding your vision and whatever that project or thing is, like understanding that vision and being able to translate that to other people, because that's going to be really important. And especially if you can't verbally tell it, you need to be able to make a good deck and show that. I definitely think it's very important to think of multiple angles at the same time, and not even angles from like a videographer, photographer standpoint, but how is it going to be received? You know, what is the message that you want to convey? How does it represent whatever it is that you're supposed to be, you know, representing? How can you think outside the box and beyond what it is, like, and not be literal, you know? So there's so many different aspects that I just feel like as a creative director, you need to think of. I would also say, like, just don't be scared of your own creativity.
I was going to ask, kind of in lieu of that, how do you recharge if you are the sole creative person on this project of, I don't know, a team of 5?
Yeah.
And you are drained of your creativity. How do you personally recharge to come back tomorrow with like fresh ideas?
Yeah, detach completely. Like, I recently went through that. I went through like a month of just like not being able to create. Period. I couldn't come up with choreography. I couldn't come up with costuming. I couldn't come up with, like, I would listen to songs to try to figure out, okay, what are we going to dance to? And like literally nothing for like a month. And all the ways that I thought I knew how to recharge or just kind of get that back, they weren't working. Wow. And I felt really uninspired for like a month. And it was the scariest feeling. And so I literally had to detach completely. I didn't sketch anything. I wasn't listening to like music that I thought we would dance to. A lot of times I would just like literally ride in the car like in silence and just not listen to music in general. And I really had to like completely detach, pray, like just remove myself. And then I hung out with one of my friends, and she's a creative as well. And we're just like, I'm sharing how I feel and what I'm talking about. But then I also shared it on social media one day. And it wasn't until then that it's like that spark came back. And I feel like part of it was this pressure to always feel like I have to have an idea. I have to have all these different things. So I think that's where like the lack of inspiration and not being able to be creative came from. Like, there was this pressure I think I was putting on myself, but then also because of all the things, it's like, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. And I think as creatives, we really just kind of got to like flow and let it ooze out of us. Yeah. But it's still like, it's really easy to like get creator's block, I think.
God, when you put it out on social media, was it the feedback that you got?
Yeah, it was the feedback. It was the text messages of people saying like, I've been there. I understand. Like, this is me right now. Like, thank you for sharing. And I realized that being authentic in that moment and sharing that helped people. Yeah. And in return, helped me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was good. We kind of touched on this. What are the challenges and benefits of being a choreographer? I guess.
Yeah.
The challenges of sometimes you just, hey guys, I have nothing. I mean, do you even say that? You say that?
No, I literally like, sometimes I will go and practice and be like, all right, I have nothing. Or I have this 1/8 count and like, that's it. Or I'm like, I kind of know what I want. Like, I want to hit this boom TT and that, but that like, I don't know what that boom TT looks like.
So then does everyone look at you like, okay, I guess we're going to practice this boom TT and then go home? Or
no, my dancers are like really excited to try and create. Okay. And I think that there's part of them that like looks for this approval also to be like, "Ooh, coach, look what I came up with." And so, but I love the process of helping them create. So they'll come up with choreography sometimes, and they'll show, like, we have these sessions where I'll give them an hour, and I'm like, okay, everybody has an hour, break out into groups, or you can be solo. Okay. And this is the song, and we're only going to work on this specific section.
Because it loops the whole time?
Yeah, it just loops the whole time. And I'm like, okay, these 30 seconds are like, I put everybody in circle, they get their headphones, and I'm like, just listen to this music, but I want you to listen out for this horn, or I want you to listen out for this drum, or I want you to listen out to this lyric. Yeah. And so to really put them in the mindset and focus on like kind of how I see the music when I'm listening to it is how I visually like create. And so then they go, because now they have the tools to be like, okay, this is what it needs to be. And then they'll go out, they'll spread out, start working on things, and then they'll bring it back, and everybody will show, what they created. And I'm like, okay, we'll tweak this and change this and think about this. And so then they'll go back and we'll do it one more time. And that's kind of how we all create together.
Takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
Of you to have to always come up with
it everything. Does. And then I can put that energy into creating something else, because there's so many different elements of like what's needed. So it's not just what's being presented on the field or what's being presented for whatever performance or showcase we have, but there's the makeup, there's the costuming, there's the branding and, videos and photography. Like there's all these different aspects.
Oh my God.
And it's like, I need a little help here. So it works.
What is your preparation like, or your routine or pre-game ritual? Right, I guess maybe an hour before the game starts.
Yeah, an hour before, I'm really just trying not to fuss. Like, literally. And I tell them that all the time. I'm like, look, y'all, do not make me fuss today. Like, I do not want to fuss today. Because when I fuss, then they, like, their energy comes down. Yeah.
And what's the age group of them?
They're all college students.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. They're all college students. And so it's...
I like that. I want to use that. Don't make me fuss today, okay?
Yeah, no, don't make me fuss today. And I tell them that the night before, like, look, make sure you have all your things, because tomorrow I do not want to fuss. Like... Yeah, be on top of your stuff, because I don't want to fuss. And so like they know now when I get silent, they're like, oh, we're in trouble. And they're just kind of, and I'm like, I'm really trying, but y'all are pushing me there. But game day, like an hour before is literally just internally freaking out, because I'm like, do I have all the things? Because I'm making sure that I have costumes and all the things that they need to perform, but then it's like all the extra stuff, like, do I have extra tights? Do I have like the first aid kit? Do I have, I don't know, Tylenol, because we're dealing with females? Like there's all these extra things. Or like if it's gonna rain, do I have the ponchos? Do I have towels to wipe the seats down? Like there's all these different things I'm trying to make sure.
Wait, so what's your organization? Do you use notes, or it's just a mental?
Most of it is mental.
Wow.
I don't necessarily have a list. Like the only list I really have is like from a uniform perspective. Okay. But all the other stuff, I'm like, do I have this? Yes. Do I have this? Yes. Do I have this? Yes. And so I've never, So it's worked so far.
Right? What were some lifestyle changes you had to make in the midst of bossing up to ensure you were operating at your best boss level? So from anyone, creative director, choreographer.
Yeah. So the first thing I had to do was learn how to detach myself from certain people, because
speak on it.
In the process of all the things that I have to do, I've learned as I grow, just as like an entrepreneur, as a creative in general, it's draining. And it's a lot of work. And so I feel like I've been more conscious of like who's around me, who is able to get in contact with me, like who has access to me, because I just don't have the extra energy for like all the nonsense stuff. Like nonsense is gonna come anyways. But
so it's like, let's minimize it from this area and that over there. You're a little funny too.
Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. And then just trying to stay positive in the midst of like all the things. The people that you had to kind of put on notice, were these like longtime friends or like acquaintances that
You just
A
go
little
tell
of
her?
both, you know, and even like with family sometimes, like
Oh,
I
I
have
forgot
to,
about that.
I'm like, okay, I'm not responding to the group chat today because I just don't have
Wow,
that kind of
making that-
energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And does anyone ever get on you like, Mel, hello?
No, they probably don't know I do that, but they know now. So
Oh,
they know now.
Yeah.
But no, like seriously though, it's just like I have pockets. Like when I know I have like this window to be more accessible to people, then I do that.
Yeah.
But when I know I have a lot of things coming up and I'm looking at my schedule, because I also work a full-time job too.
Wow.
In the
okay.
midst of all of this.
Okay.
So I'm definitely like very protective of just my energy and what I have to give.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
That,
you know,
that's, I really.
catch me when you catch me
That.
in that little pocket.
And it's like you don't beat yourself up if you missed a text or missed a call from someone. It's just like, I'm just doing so much.
No,
Okay.
I'm doing so much. And I think now my family and friends, like, they get it.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit too much, because even, like, from the friend perspective, like, sometimes I'll be like, hey, I didn't get an invite to, you know, whatever. They're like, oh, we know you were busy. And I'm like, you don't know that.
Yeah. Or
You don't know, like, send me an invitation.
Yeah.
Like, let me say no first.
That.
You know, so it's that, but I don't take offense to it because I know they're trying to respect and understand, you know, my energy and what I have going on.
Love it. Ooh, this is like going so fast. When was a time that the entrepreneurship ride got rocky and you were like, I just want to just quit all of this?
I don't know that I've hit that wall yet.
Okay.
I've definitely have moments or have had moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this. You know, those kind of like, I guess, second guessing myself, those moments of doubt.
Yeah.
Especially from a creative perspective when I feel like I don't have anything to give. But even in those moments, it's really just finding like that grace. But then also I have this notebook. And it has like, anytime I come up with any kind of entrepreneurial idea or creative idea, I put it in that notebook and I start writing out like all the things. Like there are events that I have not hosted. Like I have literally written out all the things.
Wow.
And so I'll just go into that notebook and I'll just kind of, if I have a new idea, I'll write it. If I don't, I'll just kind of skim through it. And it's like a reminder, like, you've got this. Like there's so many things that you can do and so many things that you have yet to accomplish that like you're not done yet. Like God's not done with you yet. There's so much more that you can give the people. And so like that's kind of my reminder to kind of get out of that funk. Yeah, that and chocolate cake.
Oh, I love it. What kind? Do you like ice cream too?
I do. And a little chocolate drizzle and a caramel drizzle. Yeah.
Ooh, this is super random. What is Nashville either known for, or what do you love that the city of Nashville does dessert wise, where you're like, I know I can't get this anywhere else but Nashville, like where they do it?
So since I'm not like from Nashville, I had never had chess squares or chess pie until I moved here. So it's like this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this ooey gooey bar thingy, but it's kind of like cake-ish too. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's really, really good, especially like red velvet chess squares. But I had never had them until I moved here.
We need to get that.
I don't even know where you find, like, I know people that make them, but like I've never, I don't know, I guess seen them at like a bakery or anything. But yeah, like chess squares to die for.
I love gooey stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's like a Nashville thing, but I never had it until I was in Nashville.
Moving on to Essence, my favorite section. What does Mel love most about herself?
Ooh, what I love most? Like, you're gonna make me pick just one
or three?
No. I think what I love most about myself is just who I'm becoming and the ambition that I have to like just be better. I love that about myself. I love how positive I can be to others and to myself. And it took me a while to get there too on the self part. Why? Because I could always, I don't know. I think I've always just been like super critical of myself. I think part of that is like growing up competitively dancing or competitively baton twirling, and so you're being judged, and it's like everybody wants to win first place, right? So it's your training, it's the private lessons, it's the team practices, it's the training outside of the training. So, and if I'm gonna win, or if I'm gonna be first place, or if I want to get to nationals, then like I've got to it's that drill. And so I think that has kind of carried into other aspects of my life until I realized yes, be hard on yourself and push and work towards the things that you want, but then also have that space and that grace to be like, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of about yourself?
Oh, wow. I don't know. That is a hard question to answer because I feel like I don't live in things long enough to really enjoy them. And that's something I'm working on. Yeah, okay. I'm on to the next. I feel like I've accomplished a lot of things and everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's so great, so great. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but
I have the same thing. Yeah.
This is what I'm working on now. So I don't know. I don't know that I won't say I don't congratulate myself enough, but it's like I know that I have more to do, so I don't know what I'm most proud of. All the things, I don't know.
That is fair. That's fair. The journey also, I'm sure, like as you were describing it, and like having a full-time job on top of all that. That's a lot. Juggling.
Yeah. Talk about it. Be tired.
I know how you
tired.
When do you most feel at peace with yourself?
I feel most at peace with myself. It's gonna sound cliche because I feel like I keep bringing up family, but when I am in Nashville, I feel like I'm in go mode all the time.
Really?
Yeah. It's not until I go home to South Carolina where like I'm not Coach Mel and I'm not Melaneice Gibbs. I'm not like all the things, and I can just like I can chill. Yeah. I don't have to make sure I'm dressed up and have makeup all and like stuff, all the things on. Yeah. Like I can go to my grandma's house and ask for some shrimp and grits and like just chill, go to the beach, whatever. And so I don't feel this like pressure or expectation to be like all the things. Like I can relax, and that's when I'm most at peace.
And South Carolina, what is your favorite thing to do there?
Eat.
Really?
Yeah.
What's their foods?
So it's like Gullah Geechee culture, and so there's a lot of seafood, and it's very similar to like New Orleans, but it's a different twist and take. So like we eat a lot of seafood, a lot of shrimp and grits, okra soup, like lots of things that probably maybe aren't healthy for you, but that's okay. Like nobody cares. It's really good. Yeah. So but that's what I love doing the most, and then sitting by the water, being by the water. I love being by the water.
Me too.
So yeah, that's
the trees. They're like palm trees ish.
Palm trees,
really?
Yeah, or like moss trees where it's like I was looking to see if there was like some on the
they have like
but it
cobweb
like
looking stuff.
Yeah, that hangs out, and I just think they're so like beautiful.
We need to go to South Carolina.
Yes,
I gotta
Charleston.
I want to. Okay, Charleston.
Yeah, go to
my mom went there.
Yeah.
Wow, it's starting to click now. And then the last in this segment. If you pep talk with your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
Ooh, I would tell my younger self to never doubt yourself. Always keep going. Don't be afraid to ask, because the only thing somebody can tell you is no. And even when they tell you no, you just figure out a way to tell them, get them to say yes, you know? And just like own who you are and be confident, because you're beautiful. Like don't compare yourself to anybody. That's what I would tell my younger self.
How the heck are we almost done? Okay. So last section, what are you OCD about?
Ooh, I am OCD about, this is going to sound really crazy, but I am OCD about like the placement of things. Okay. Even in like our uniform bag or our medicine bag, like I know, like they're like, oh, I need a Band-Aid, and I'm like, it's in the second pocket on the side with like and if it's not there, it bothers my spirit. But I'm definitely I am OCD about organization and structure, and I'm learning that everyone is not like that, and I need to like be okay with that. But that's most of what I'm OCD about. Like,
let me think what I'm OCD about. I don't really like hair. Like
hair, like
I know hair, but
hairs.
like little random strays, little random strands of hair. Like if I'm going to a hotel and there's like the room is clean, but in the linen there's a little thing.
Oh yeah, no, I would freak out.
I don't like that.
I would freak out. I need a new room.
And I
I
What's
would
the
need
problem,
a new room.
Melaneice? There's a random strand of hair. Okay, is everything else working okay? Yeah, but I need a new room.
I need a new room.
Ooh, if you could only eat, and we're not going to say chess cakes, or that's what it's called, but if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Golly. Shrimp.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal with shrimp?
Shrimp and grits. But like, okay, shrimp and grits is done like different depending on where you're from. But it would have to be like Charleston, South Carolina. Shrimp and grits is like a brown gravy. But it's like one of my favorite things for my grandmother to make for me. So like, but yeah, shrimp.
I never had that before. Like together.
Yeah, really?
And the only grits that I've had, aside from, I feel like it's just the Quaker Oats box.
Oh, we gotta get you some shrimp and grits.
Right. So, but what is the brand of grits that you get to make?
I don't know because I don't make it.
Oh, okay.
I just like it. I've never cooked it. That's the crazy thing. So I don't know how to make shrimp and grits. I mean,
but
I'm pretty sure I can make some grits
and be like, this is not right, or this is it.
No, I would definitely be like, this is not right. Okay. Like, why is this grit so hard and clumpy?
Oh,
you know, the shrimp is not cooked all the way. It's not seasoned. Where are the onions and the peppers? Yeah,
onions and peppers and grits.
Yeah, well, it's like in the gravy with the shrimp and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you put it on top of it.
On top of the grits. You put it on top of the grits.
Okay.
Yep. Or like cheesy grits. It's good with cheesy grits as well. We gotta get you some grits.
Yeah. I don't know about it. You have it before, Matthew? Oh, okay. All right. If you received $10 million tonight, how would your tomorrow look different?
You know, y'all wouldn't see me no more. No, I'm playing.
Detach for the whole year.
Goodbye. Oh wow, there's so much I would want to do. I would definitely have to take myself on a vacation and like
where?
Just, you know, the Maldives sound really nice. Bali sounds really nice. You know, anywhere but here sounds really nice. Right. No, but I would definitely take not like a really extravagant vacation, but like I would take a moment to like detach. I probably would still keep my full-time job for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Matthew, like I'm gonna keep the job. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it for a little bit because see, I'm not gonna tell anybody either. You know, we're not gonna tell anybody. And if I'm just like, yeah, mom, dad, I quit my job today, they're gonna be like, say what now?
Well, yeah.
So, what else? I would definitely I would find some ways to give back. There's some people that I would definitely wanna help. I would buy a house for sure. And then I would figure out, okay, what business am I about to start?
Oh, yes, yeah.
And then go right back to work.
There. To end it all, what is your ultimate life motto?
My ultimate life motto. I feel like my ultimate life motto is keep going. Like, it's really simple, but like, keep going. Stay
in motion.
Yeah. No matter what.
It's true.
Good days, bad days.
That's
keep
hard.
going.
Well, that's it, ladies and gents. Thank you.
Oh, that was so quick.
I know. I'm like, where the hell did my questions go? Do I have them all?